I don't believe they do. Good morning. I am waiting to see if there's any chat gonna come up.
Oh, I might have to get on.
You might have to help monitor chat. Hello, we are here in Cove Cafe right now. I was hoping to do a horizontal live stream, but again, this is our first time doing a live stream. Just got our coffee. We are waiting for Debarkation, but I just got my coffee today. Let me turn this around. So hopefully it's gonna be upright. It's a cute little Mickey. Give me a little kiss. So. Oh, this is my favorite coffee. It's the only coffee I drink. And it's a coconut caramel latte here on the Disney ships. I've been trying to find the recipe, so looking to quickly see if there's any chat that I have missed. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Let me fix the microphone situation because I want to make sure. If you please let me know if you can hear me. I don't know how good the audio is right now, and I have external microphones that I can plug in and use, which I might do.
Go on my phone.
So let me quick hook in microphones. I apologize. We're running a little late. But they are currently announcing there we go. Hopefully, I think it's a vertical live stream, so hopefully you can hear me now.
I see it.
Yeah, I told you you'd be able to see me.
It's in my ear.
So, I see one person. Thank you for coming and watching again. We're hoping to see if there were any questions on here for people who have found the channel over time and want to come in and see what life is like here on the Wonder right now, because we are waiting for debarkation and we're currently in the port of San Diego. So I'm sitting up in Cove Cafe with the lovely Cove Cafe team, including Dewa, who's one of my favorites, and Lana. Oh, let me turn so you can see Dewa. Hello! Happy faces! We love the Cove Cafe team here. They have been absolutely exceptional, and it's always sad to leave the Wonder.
I can see
There's
messages,
you can see 4 messages? There's 4 people.
4 people.
Yes,
Okay.
there's 4 people. No, only messages from you so far. And my mom is helping watch the chat just in case. But it's a little quiet in here right now, which is okay. 5 people. Exciting.
Can you turn?
It's locked, so it's going to be vertical. Unfortunately, I figure people will mostly be watching on their phones, so I'm okay with it. But yeah, but please let me know if you can hear me, or if it's too loud or too quiet, or if it's crunchy noises. The espresso machine is going. I can always step outside. If you are from the Australia group, hello. If you're from one of the cruise groups here on the Wonder recently, hello again. It's great to meet you. Oh, before I forget, we did have some questions that we got that we wanted to try to answer a little bit on here. And I'm going to try to go through them a little quick. But we have a lot of questions. Thank you for asking them. So again, some of the questions: did we do pixie dusting? We didn't do a pixie dust this time. We chose to, well, we didn't do a fish extender this time. We chose to pixie dust a couple families in particular. Some of these you might answer in a separate Q&A video that we can send directly to those, especially because a lot of these were asked by folks in Australia and New Zealand groups, and those folks are probably asleep right now. So if you're here, chime in, say hi. But we also understand people may be debarking right now because we know that some of you might be here on the Wonder and getting ready to debark because it's currently debarkation time. Yeah. Oh gosh, what else is a good one on here? Samantha Caliero asked, is there any machinery that operates? Can you see the machinery? Hi, Laura. Oh, you're waiting for customs. Oh, I remember your name. It is so good to see you. Thank you for joining the live stream and letting me know that, yes, you can hear me. Hopefully customs is quick. The port of San Diego is super, super tiny. It's only about 300 people. So I hope it moves fast for you. Hi, Vicky. You're coming on the Wonder in June. If you have any questions that you want me to answer while we're here, we've got people. We also have previous Wonder cruisers. These were our table mates behind me. I can turn the camera the right way. We have Dea and Sherry. Hold on. Let me get the camera right.
The fun people you meet on the
They are. We got super, super lucky with our seating time this time. As some of you may have seen on our past video, we did not have as great of an experience sharing tables. And this time we got incredibly lucky. My mom and I were seated with 2 other mother-daughters, and it was a lot of fun. We traded contact info. We plan on keeping in touch, and that was completely unexpected for us. So we're very, very happy about that. Oh, I need to tell Dom to come and join the live stream. Somebody asked, I remember one of the questions was, we always seem to do breakfast down in Triton's in the main dining room and not in Cabanas. And that really just is a personal preference of ours. Triton's is a little bit slower paced, a little bit calmer for the morning. And we like to start our morning a little bit easier. But if you need to get in, get out, get done, Cabanas is great. They still have an omelet bar, things like that. But we like having the option to sit and relax and have our food in the morning rather than hustling and bustling around. Can I see the sheets? Rob?
Let's see. There was a question about...
If you're going to be asking the questions, I need to give you a mic.
Latte art character pictures?
Mom?
Hot chocolate at the Coke Cafe? Oh.
Sorry, giving Mom a mic so that she can be heard
I don't
as
know
well.
if I'm going to do this well. This is going to be
flip
weird.
it on your lanyard, because it will be weird for you.
Okay. So the question is, let me find it
Who
again.
asked it?
Now I lost it. You talk and I'll find it again.
I'm just rambling at this point. I can tell a lot of people are probably either waiting for Debarkation. Again, if you enjoy the stuff that you've seen on the channel or you want to keep seeing more, I'm only going to do this probably once at the very beginning, once at the end. We'd love to have you subscribe so you get to see more of what we do. Again, I'm not trying to monetize. I'm not trying to go big, but I want to make sure that I can distribute the information that we get here out to you all.
So Sam asked, what's rotational dining like? How is the food?
Rotational dining. The food is amazing. We quite like rotational dining. One of the main things we like about rotational dining is you have your same service team, so you don't have to reiterate, oh, I have an allergy. Oh, I want this for dinner. They come and they know. So it makes life as a guest run smoother.
Oh, sorry, not to call you, but to let you know, my favorite part about having the same service, they know what drink you like.
Know what drink you like.
If you like,
We know.
They do know. Lana, she is part of the team here at Cove. We're live on YouTube right now.
oh, okay, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Lana is one of my favorite people here on the Wonder, and she's only on for a couple more weeks. She'll be she's only on for 7 more days, and then she's going on vacation, and she may be going to another ship. So maybe I'll get to see her in the future, but I'm gonna miss her. I know, fingers crossed. I'm hoping I'll get to catch her on the Dream in September.
Don't have information yet.
So here's the question. Since we have Lana,
Oh,
can you get the latte art pictures on hot chocolate?
I'm 99% sure you can, because I have seen pictures of latte art on hot chocolate. I'm a coffee drinker, so I get it on coffee.
And how much is a coffee?
Ooh,
We actually have our...
We literally have our receipt here. So I get the coconut caramel latte, and it's around $5.50, plus an 18% gratuity that is added on. If you just get a classic latte, it's going to be $4.50 plus the 18% gratuity. But I don't know how much the hot chocolate is off the top of my head. I'm sure I could ask one of them.
Okay, and that was Susan Whitley who asked that. Whitney?
Yes, that's from Susan.
Okay, I have to come on camera, and this is going to be... Or
Well,
you
then
want
you'll need to maneuver around, or you need to come and sit next to me, because you sat in an awkward...
Tell me I'm getting feedback. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna move the camera
Coming
just
around.
a hair. So hopefully mom can get on camera a little easier. Like that. There's mom.
So,
Hi, Mom.
hi. So I'm the coffee drinker in the family. She doesn't drink coffee, mostly,
Only here.
only here. And I drink pretty weak coffee. I don't like the burnt taste of Starbucks coffee. Um, and on here, they serve the Joffrey brand.
And
They
Illy.
also have Illy. Is the coffee they use in the big espresso machines or regular espresso machines. And they have them in Cove, they have them in Palo, they have them in French Quarter, and all the main dining rooms you can order coffee that they will make. There was a question about Australian style coffee, and I asked a question about um, what kind of coffee they use, and they told me that they purchase supplies locally. So for those people traveling in Australia, there's a good chance that you might get better coffee than we've gotten here.
I would say that's subjective though. Generally when you're stocking, you stock from where you stock from your local ports. So you're gonna get wherever you can. Um, and it depends on who the suppliers are for the local port. So when you're sailing out of Australia, you're gonna have more Australian suppliers. I know here in America they use Joffrey's for their basic drip coffee, and then they use the Illy for their espressos.
But they do get local. They get locally sourced supplies,
especially fruit.
Right. So provisions are brought on every sailing, and so the coffee will be probably not Starbucks in Australia. And I know Disney does have a contract with Joffrey, so any American sailings probably have Joffrey. But the regular coffee this morning in the dining room was terrible.
Somebody asked if Chip and Dale are at Sail a Wave party. That would be Christy. Now, here on the Wonder, Chip and Dale are not currently a part of Sail a Wave, I don't believe. We didn't tail Sail a Wave this time, but we will take a look in past videos, but I'm 90% sure they're not there. So,
yeah, it's more Fab Five.
Yeah,
and
it's
plus Daisy.
Yeah, Fab Five and Daisy. Somebody, Jill, I don't know if you're here, Jill. You asked things to do in San Diego and dining. So I'm going to put my mom on for that because my mom is from San Diego.
What are we looking for?
Things to do in San Diego and dining.
Well, there's lots of great Asian food here. Pacific Islander kind of style food.
And Mexican
and
food.
Mexican is the big food here. There is also, which is completely separate, but there's a large brew. Like San Diego is an IPA city, so there's lots of breweries that do food in addition to their beers. Let's see. Things to do, obviously, the world famous San Diego Zoo and Safari Park, which you can do the zoo without having a car. You can get around pretty easy. Downtown is pretty small, but it is hilly. There is a children's museum. There is the USS Midway along the water. There are beaches. There is a SeaWorld, a Legoland, children's museum. There's a large inner city park called Balboa Park, which has some interesting smaller museums. The museums in San Diego, if you come from a big city, are not great, but there are lots of museums here. Japanese Garden is one of my favorite. Right now, the flowers are in bloom, I understand. And there's a cool botanical garden. So let's see what else to do. You can go tide pooling. That's something free you can do. Go down by the beach, and there are places to go. Whereas the tides go out, you can see all the little sea critters. If you want to surf, there's some surfing schools. You can do stand-up paddleboard, kayaking. So there's lots of, if you're coming in for vacation ahead of time, there's tons of water sport here. What else? Hiking trails, tons of hiking trails. Um, it's an outdoor based kind of city, I think. So a lot of make your own
The
fun.
weather is good here. We have good weather.
Mostly we have good weather.
It's been cold this trip
It's
though.
been so cold since like December,
Yeah, we've had a cold winter, a really cold winter.
which I'm thinking means we're going to have a really, really hot summer.
Ew.
Yeah. And for those of you who've never experienced San Diego weather,
We have every season in one day.
and we will have like in Fahrenheit a 30 to 40 degree difference from nighttime to morning. So we have that. Plus we have very dry, like almost no humidity. So
Yeah.
that's another big thing about
Yeah.
San Diego.
Be ready for like if you come to San Diego, if you're sailing up San Diego, be ready for like single-digit humidity just in case. But also be prepared for like winter in the morning, winter at night, and summer in the afternoon.
Right.
Because that's how our weather is.
Bring layers.
Layers.
I bring, when packing for a cruise, somebody had asked, what do you bring? So I bring like a couple pair of shorts, a couple pair of capris, a couple pair of leggings, short sleeve, long sleeve, tank tops, and just
bring layers.
Bring layers.
Lots of layers.
Because weather can be unpredictable, and so
yeah.
It's super weird.
like it was really nice in Catalina, really nice in Ensenada, and then our at-sea day was just
pouring rain and fog.
cold.
Yes.
Woo!
Foghorn was going all day yesterday.
All night.
I'm so sorry.
If you get a veranda, you're definitely gonna hear it.
If it's foggy.
If it's foggy.
If it's foggy, you will hear the foghorn.
Yes.
But yeah.
Bring layers. You're
Yeah.
good to go.
Yes.
It's fun.
Okay, I'm going to get up and do goodbye, and then you can get up and do
Okay.
goodbye.
Sorry. Again, our table mates, we made friends on the ship.
Oh, sorry, your chin.
I just didn't want to hit your mic.
Oh, I forgot I had one.
Yeah, don't want to damage that or anything.
Oh,
Sorry to interrupt.
Sorry, we're doing a quick goodbye.
Yeah.
You have my number and my Instagram.
I've got it all.
Yes. Fabulous.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
I'm on a Disney
Bye.
cruise. They're awesome.
Yes. Safe travels.
You meet great
home.
people.
Thank you. You too.
Yes.
Go hug that
You're
little
far travel.
guy.
I'll text everyone when I get home.
Yes.
Safe.
Let us know when you get home
Yeah.
safe, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Safe flight.
Yeah, our dinner.
We get so lucky. Yeah, and it's not guaranteed you're going to make friends on your cruise. But this cruise, I will also say, has been very different for us from what our normal cruises are. And I think you'll see that in the videos when they start coming out in
Did I give you
mid
one
to
of
late
these?
April. I have to finish editing later because I have a work trip coming up, but we will be putting the videos together. But you'll see that this cruise was a lot more socializing and a lot more talky rather than trivia and games and things. We didn't do any crafts. We
had these
3
made
trivia
for the
total,
cruise,
and it was
so
all yesterday.
I've got a pocket full of them.
We barely.
You know how the people duck hunt, so
for
made
us.
sticker.
But it was kind of fun. I think Mom still has her mic on, so it is what it is.
Yes, I do.
You still have your mic on? She has the. Thank you. Let me turn off her mic so there's not feedback. There we go.
Very odd.
That, I know, to have the ears.
Yeah.
So, what else? Somebody asked if people would prefer to be tipped in US dollars. This would also be Canadian dollars. In general, a lot of the crew are sending money back home. Money is money. They will find a way to get it into their local currency to send it back home. So whatever you have, they tip them in that currency.
And one thing we did learn yesterday,
You don't know. You turned your mic off.
I turned my mic on, is that if you add additional tip on your bill, it goes to a pool for, say, for the bartenders, all the bartenders. But if you give them a couple bucks cash in addition to the added 18%, that goes to them directly. So that's how we prefer to tip.
Yeah, especially if there's a bartender who is really making, like, who's working with you really closely. So for us, that bartender, at least on this cruise, was Daniela down in Cadillac, and she will and Kareem, both of them, and they were both bartenders that we met on our December cruise, who you saw in there, and you'll see more of them in this series. But with that, yeah, they're both Hi, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
We are again. In case. Oh, I don't think I introduced myself. Hi, I'm Courtney. I'm really bad about that. I'm sorry. For those of you that are watching, Courtney. This is my mom, Robin. She has the purple hair. She's easy to spot. Um, yeah. I'm trying to think of what else. For folks who are wondering what are the differences on the Wonder since she's been reimagined, because that was one of the questions we got. Tiana's did not used to be Tiana's. I see my friend is now watching. Tiana's used to be Parrot K, so that's been redone. The Promenade Lounge is now French Quarter Lounge and is one of the best spots on the ship. Everybody loves French Quarter Lounge. They do trivia there sometimes, which is not my favorite trivia location, but it's just absolutely gorgeous. And there's so many details. Like, go sit at the bar and just look at everything. You will find. Should we spoil any of them?
I'm gonna, because it's hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
If you look closely, you can find Mama Odie's hat.
Yes, you can find Mama Odie's hat. And I would also say take a close look at the bottles that are on the very top shelf. You might even be able to ask the bartender to take your phone and take some pictures up there, because it's hard to see with the naked eye, but it is worth actually seeing it because it's amazing. There's so much attention to detail. So I love the French Quarter Lounge. Our other favorite lounge is Cadillac, and but above all, find a mixologist, a bartender who knows what they're doing, and talk to them. And they can make you a drink that you like, because their goal is to make you happy as the guest. And also, when you're happy, you can leave them a better tip because they've done something extra for you. And bartenders at their core are creative, they're artists. So, yes, they can make all of the ones on menu, but they also love to be creative. So, if that's something you're interested in, talk to your bartender. Say, I like this spirit. I like dry. I like
Fruity.
sweet. If you're a foodie, give them kind of a base of what you prefer, of what your flavor ideal is, and they will make something for you.
So we got a bunch of questions about some things, and because we can't cover them live streaming, we've captured them on video, and we're going to put them into future videos.
Yeah.
So we did something on the pools. We did a little bit on shopping. What else?
We tried to capture a lot of stuff in the videos this time because we knew that the live stream, we didn't know how the cell reception would be. We didn't know where we were going to be able to find a spot. We're lucky that we found a spot here in Cove, because it is a little breezy outside right now, and it is surprisingly quiet here in Cove this morning. Last December, this was a zoo in here, so we're real lucky to have a little bit of quiet time.
And after completing our 5th cruise, we've realized that every cruise will be unique. Everything will be different. This was our social butterfly cruise.
Yeah, that's why the videos might be a little shorter, because I wasn't recording when we were having those conversations. So
we met some cool people. We wanted to spend time with them, and just beyond making the videos, this is our vacation.
So we do this for you, but also because we like to capture and enjoy. This is creative for us.
So we had 2,421 people on our cruise, we think.
Yes, it was quite full. I believe this cruise ended up being sold out, and it actually had more people than last week's cruise, which had 2,400 or 2,200. I think they said
I don't remember.
We were talking to one of the lead hosts. I saw Vicky said that the French Quarter Lounge reminds you of the Bayou, and definitely the Bayou seems to be a little bit more the natural side, whereas French Quarter, there's like a streetcar in the lounge. I mean, it's perfectly done. I would say there's one remnant of the Promenade Lounge, and that would be the lights up above. And that's the only thing that leaves any idea that there was something else here beforehand. So,
and one of the things they have in the French Quarter Lounge, which we still haven't done, is the gin cart.
We keep saying we're going to do the gin cart because we're gin people. We like gin. Right. And we've never done the gin cart.
So what it is an assortment of different gins and aromatics and
Tonics. I think they might only have a couple tonics, so
yeah, and some tonics, and it they'll make you a special gin based on
special gin and tonic from
yeah,
their gin cart. So you pay
right.
based on the gin, and I believe it's like a 2 ounce pour of the gin with their tonic. And the different gins have different prices on board, so you just pick one you like. Talk to your bartender; they can guide you in the correct direction. As always, our statement holds true: trust your baristas; they know.
They do this every couple days.
Yeah.
They are the experts at what they are experts at.
Mm-hmm. They see what people. So how? I guess that might be a question. How do they know? Because they may not. They don't eat the same food all the time, but generally they look at patterns that they see in guests. They look to see what guests order, what guests leave behind. Like what do people not eat? What do people forget? Lana. I do have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's
Yes.
QR and
Yes, it's also on the sticker.
Don't forget to sign your thing.
Oh, I need to sign. I have to remember to sign the bill because
Yeah.
I paid for coffee this morning. There were a bunch of questions about shopping and merchandise. I don't know if we got as much footage as we wanted on this, just because
We were
we were
busy.
busy. I'm sorry. Is it worth paying for coffee in Cove Cafe? Yes. Compared to the coffee that she had in the dining room this morning, it is worth paying for the coffee in Cove Cafe. Cove Cafe is the espresso-based coffees. If you just want drip coffee, you can get that back aft, out by Cabanas. But Cove Cafe is where you have the espresso drinks, the lattes, and as a non-coffee drinker, I will drink the coffee here at Cove Cafe. So, and they do. Thank you for reminding me, Lana. Yes, they have alcohol. They have espresso martinis, and you can eat. So, I don't know if I showed you in the early part of the live stream. They print on the coffees here. You can get the little printed on the coffee. You can also get that down at French Quarter. I know both of ours have.
Mine's still there a little.
Mine is not, because I've been drinking mine. But you can get that also on an espresso martini, which they can do up here. So they can do whiskey. We've gotten a hot toddy here before, and they have a variety of options. Now, as long as there's a foamed milk, they can print on top of it, which they can do on an espresso martini because of how they shake it. It's a foam on top.
They also have a, what do you call it? The window. They have treats, snacky snacks.
What movies are playing in the theater right now? What kind of popcorn buckets do they have? So for popcorn buckets, they had the 100th anniversary Mickey balloon. They had the Pride Mickey balloon popcorn bucket, and they had one. I think those were the two popcorn. Oh, they had one other generic 100th anniversary popcorn bucket. As for sippers, they had a 100th anniversary Mickey popcorn sipper. They had Sven, Olaf, and then they had the, if you've seen the Pingo Dolce, I think that's the name of it, from
They had some
it
stuff
was
from
Wakanda. They had Wakanda Forever sipper, the ginormous can,
And
and they
think
had the
that was
Ant-Man
a
sipper,
popcorn.
the Ant-Man sipper from it's from the park.
There were two quantum-looking
Yes,
things.
both are sippers.
I thought
So
one
they
was
had
popcorn.
no, they had the sipper that you get also in World of Marvel. They had that sipper, and they also had the extra large can that they had in the parks for a while when Wakanda Forever came out. Films that are currently showing, I believe, were, I'm trying to remember what I saw on the app. Wakanda Forever, they were showing The Art of Making the Wish, which I was wanting to go see, but again, we couldn't fit it into our time. What else was shown in the theater? Quantum Mania. They were showing Quantum Mania in the theater, and they actually showed it on Buena Vista on the main stage on our embarkation day.
I don't even remember what, we didn't even look.
We didn't look that closely.
Yeah, I looked once. But
last time we were on deck 5, so we walked by it all the time. This time we were on deck 6, so we didn't walk by it all that much. So I apologize. I don't have all of that handy, and it's hard to get to right now because they're trying to start getting people off the ship, so we can't really go and explore as much. Trying to think if there's any other major ones. Since the spa does still do the giveaways, they're right at 3:00. Be ready for a hard sell. I generally avoid the spa because I don't enjoy having a hard sell, and they are contractors through Disney. So I'll put it that way. Does that make sense, I guess?
Their wages are based on
On what they sell. They're commission based. And I'm sure they have that same level of customer service that Disney requires of its employees. But in our Alaska video series, on our Embarkation Day video, feel free to take a watch of that and hear my 2 cents on it.
But if you're a spa person, we've talked to people who've done the spa and have had great experiences.
It's still an arm and a leg.
But it's not our choice to do.
I can get a massage for half the price at home. So for me, it's not worth the money.
But for some people, it is.
And I've heard like the romance package that you can get with the robes is fantastic, because those are the only robes you can get through the romance package. And so for that, maybe give it a shot.
And we saw a young woman who was probably right above the age for Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, and they had arranged to do a makeup session for her. She was in her princess dress yesterday.
Yes.
And they were taking her into the spa. So,
because Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique is ages, I think, 3 through 12. And if you are 13 years old, you are no longer allowed to go to Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. That's their rules here. I don't know how much wiggle room there is. I haven't tried to push it because I don't generally cruise with kids. What was the other one? Somebody asked what sizes princess dresses they have on board. Princess dresses, they have sizes 3 to 13.
And they're limited. They can only carry so much stock. And that's one of the things about merchandise on the ship. When you get on the ship, they might have Pandora charms and lounge flies.
And spirit jerseys.
But they don't get new merchandise until the next cruise. And it varies. We did Alaska last year at the end of the season, and the special Mickey ears were gone.
That was the one thing I wanted, and we couldn't get them because they were sold out.
So
be prepared to not have the merchandise available. If
right.
you have your heart set on something, you will want to go exactly at opened.
Right.
I can't book the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique next cruise, Dom, because I am older than 13 years old.
But
we did go in and talk to them a whole lot, and we might have gotten pixie dusted. It's just glitter.
And so we've heard that if you want a specific princess, they may not have that specific princess. So it might be worthwhile to bring as a backup in your suitcase the princess dress that your girl wants. And then you have the choice of paying the boutique prices or using your own, or they may be sold out of the size, so you don't have a sad little girl. You can be sure they can't do every princess. It's a pretty small boutique.
The Wish should have more.
1, 2, 3. There's about 6 slots for dresses. There were a couple of guys, kids,
there were some good pirate costumes that we saw down in Sea Treasures, down by Crown and Fin.
But they can only hold about 6 different princesses at a time.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in an older princess or one that's not like the popular one right now.
We didn't see Snow White. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, there was no Snow White.
I didn't even see Merida, I don't think.
Yeah.
Lots of Ariel, lots of Sleeping Beauty.
Elsa.
Lots of Elsa. No Anna, though.
No.
So with that, take what you will.
Yes, I think Cinderella was in there, maybe.
Okay.
And Belle.
Generally, sizes seem to be true to American size. So if you know what size you wear in American clothing, sizes seem to be true to size. Again, if you purchase it, you can try it on in your room and then take it back if it doesn't fit. Or if you decide later you don't want it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to know with the merchandise.
Yeah.
There is always a section of, like, when you walk in, there's perfume, and then there's general Disney cruise merchandise.
Mhm.
And then there's an area that's sort of specific to your cruise. Like when we were Alaska, we had Alaska stuff. At Christmas time, it was Christmas stuff. And then there's the Pandora and the watches and the other jewelry along the way. But there's only a few, their inventory is not huge. We asked about 100th anniversary, no, Wonder specific charms.
And Wonder specific merchandise. So Wonder specific charms, there is a Wonder specific Pandora charm that says Wonder on it. There are a couple t-shirts, a couple mugs, a spirit jersey, but the spirit jersey only had extra small and 2XL left. Again, things sell out fast.
And so the rule is they don't open the shops until you are in international waters. So,
and they're not open while you're in port.
Right. So some people who are really, really serious about getting that Pandora charm or those specific ears
Go early.
will go and line up
at least a half an hour to an hour beforehand.
Right. So
and that might mean skipping out on dinner early,
right,
or
having your family
order for you, or missing the show, depending on what dinner rotation
right.
you're on.
So if merchandise is your thing, first day shopping is going to be your thing too. Mm-hmm. They do have they're small shops. It's not World of Disney.
Yeah, they don't have everything. They did not have a whole lot of 100th anniversary merch, in short.
We saw two things. A mini with 100th anniversary, and
there was literally one mini plush and the Pandora charm, and I think that was it.
That was all but it's still early in the 100th anniversary. We anticipate for our Australian and New Zealand friends that you will have inaugural season things.
They very well might.
But will they be available when you get on the ship? We don't have a crystal ball.
We missed Alaska merch because we were on the second to last sailing. Moving on to some characters questions. Our characters on deck all day when they sailed to Dawes Glacier. I believe they're on mostly in the mornings. We missed most of the characters when we were on our Glacier Bay excursion, and when we came back, most of them had already gone in. So we didn't get any character photos during Glacier Day.
Right.
We're also not the kind of people who want to wait in a long line for character photos. Take that though. So,
and I didn't see a lot this cruise on deck. Usually,
Moana was out a whole lot when it was cold.
Yeah, there were right before sail away. There were some characters around on deck. We saw Stitch a couple of times.
Stitch was out more than he was on our December cruise, which was good because we know Stitch is super popular. He always had a line, and he's only out for 10 minutes at a time. Right. So if Stitch is a priority for you, get in line early.
And check your apps.
Always check the Navigator app for when characters are going to be out and for the characters that you want to see that are going to be out. Somebody also asked, are characters out and about while people are on shore? Is there a photo opportunity with the characters and the ship in the background? I believe that is only at Castaway Cay. It is not generally at the other ports. I will say it might happen at Lighthouse Point when Lighthouse Point opens, I would imagine. So, but with that, characters only disembark really for certain specific excursions. So I know up on the Alaska season, there is a lumberjack show down in Ketchikan that features Goofy, but there's no photo opportunity with it because Goofy does the pre-show and then he heads back to the ship. There's also up in Skagway an excursion that's to a place called Liarsville, and it's a little bit of the history of the area, and the characters do attend for that. I believe Donald is there, and you can talk and get videos with him. I've seen a couple other vloggers with some characters featured. Concierge, somebody asked if Concierge is going to be expanded while in dry dock. Concierge here is already expanded. It is on the Magic that Concierge is getting expanded while in dry dock. But we did get some confirmation about their upcoming dry dock at the end of the Alaska season. We got confirmation that at the end of the Alaska season, when they go in for dry dock, they're going to replace the propeller that has a blade missing, and there will be the new Wi-Fi. So starting end of the summer, Wonder will finally be upgraded to the new Wi-Fi package, which would be great because the old Wi-Fi package is terrible. Megabyte Wi-Fi is out of date. But other than that, I think that's pretty much going to be it for us. I don't want to ramble on too long. Again, if there's any last minute questions, feel free to pop them in the chat. I'll see them come up, and maybe we'll do another one of these at some point. But again, I don't want to disturb all of the patrons here at Cove Cafe forever. And
We did take screen recording, or Courtney did, screen recordings of the Navigator, so we'll be putting that up. We pulled a lot of video along the way so that we could, because I don't, she can build some videos of some specific things. So we'll be answering more questions through the videos. And other than that,
I think that's pretty much it from us. So waiting for any last questions to come through because I know there is a delay. Dom should go to Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. Yes, Dom, you should go to Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. I cannot wait to see your final look. Oh gosh.
So we haven't heard any announcements in a while.
So I'm guessing everybody is ready to debark. However, we also know that debarkation is chaos here. So we're gonna give it a bit more. We're gonna sit back and relax and enjoy the last little bit of our vacation and sign off. But thanks for joining us today.
See you soon.
Yes. And for Dominic, I hope the snow isn't bad. I know you're over in the UK, and thank you for joining and chatting. I miss you all both. I miss you all both. I miss both of you. I miss all of you. Give my love to the family, and I will talk to you all a little later. I'll see you around.